As we heard yesterday, the proposed route for the HS2 rail link is dividing opinion across the country. Apart from the many homes, communities and farms which will be disrupted, more than 10 sites of special scientific interest and 50 ancient woodlands will have to change. Paul Wilkinson, head of Living Landscapes at the Wildlife Trusts, told me how many habitats might be at risk.
What we found is that there are around 360 wildlife-rich places that could be at risk as a result of the High Speed 2 development, both phases 1 and phase 2. So from our perspective, this development could have a really quite a devastating impact on the natural environment.
What sort of wildlife are we talking about, though? What species?
Some of the particular places that could be affected are strongholds of nationally scarce species, such as the small blue butterfly. But I think that what we'd like to stress here is that information has been provided about where these particular sites are, and I think what we're really keen to see is that that information is taken on board and that wherever possible that impact is avoided.
You can't ask, though, for the route to be changed just to go round a bat roosting area or some otters, can you?
I think with a project of this size there will always be some impact. However, there are things that can be done to avoid that impact being too great. I think some of the things will be around the selection of the type of route, the use of tunnelling, how that's actually done, the route itself and where it goes across the countryside so that you can avoid that particular impact. I think you can also then build into the design of the banks that can help to replace some of the habitat that's been lost. And where there is an unavoidable impact, then sufficient compensation needs to be provided in order to try and restore or recreate habitat elsewhere that can help to ameliorate that impact.
I believe some SSSIs, sites of special scientific interest, will actually be split in two. But is that really a problem?
Some of these sites are some of the last remaining fragments that we have of particular habitats within this country, and they've been protected for very good reason over the decades. And what we're seeing with this development is that there's a constant erosion of these important sites that have been saved, and I think we've got to recognise that what we have left in terms of the habitat is a much less of a proportion than it used to be, and we need to make sure that that's protected.